Welcome to another episode of Review Advent Calendar 2023. This time around I'm going to review, for the very first time, Full Throttle 4 with Lip Lip. The song is called Shinjidai, and this was a suggestion by Grecia. First things off, I have yet to listen to music by Full Throttle 4. I have never listened to music by Lip Lip. I do know some of the people that are part of these groups, but not all. So this is going to be interesting. Let's check the song out and see what we can find in here. Electronica with rock music. We already are catering a bit to my tastes, and of course there's another reason why you can be catering to my tastes. You have the dual vocals of Soma Saito and Yuma Uchida, who are easily my two favorite singers among male seiyuu. So it is already a win for me on that end, but I've already been burned with some artists or some groups in which I have my favorite artists, and sometimes the groups are not that good, so I need to listen to more to actually have a full-on opinion about this. Okay, so first things off, Soma Saito is singing in a weird singing tone. That's not his natural singing tone at all. Yuma Uchida is actually singing as Yuma Uchida. There's no change in there. I believe it is Nobunaga Shimazaki that I'm listening to right here. Yeah. Woo! I was complaining, now I'm not complaining. That note was unbelievable, Saito. There's a lot going on in this mix, and it's a bit tiring to listen to. Why? You have a shredding guitar in here, it's almost going on in solo. You do have the slow-paced triplets from trap music. You do have bassy synths going on in the background. You have a bass line going on in the background. You have dramatic piano hits, also bassy because they are going to the zeros and the ones in the scale. It is low as hell. It is a bit murky in the background because of that. Then you have all the vocals going on at the same time or taking turns. It's a bit crowded at the moment for me. At least that's what I feel like, and I would do better without the triplets going on in there, and at least one of the elements that is really, really bassy behind me. There's way too much bass going on behind me. Okay, a good balance in here because we have a lot of bass. Now we have a sort of a synth going on in a higher key, taking the spotlights to contrast with all the bass that is going on in the background. Thankfully, the mix itself actually balanced everything out.
被害者ぶってるそこの暗示見せてくれんのその面明日には忘れてるけどなバイバイ壊せないものなどない
That's not even fair.
届かないことなどない未来は必ず俺らを欲してく
Let me know if am getting this straight. Lip Lip is two people. Why am I only listening to one of them? Is Kouki Uchiyama in here and I'm not picking him up at all, or is he isn't here at all and it's only Nobunaga Shimazaki actually representing the group? I'm not understanding this part at all.
目を合わせたら喧嘩しようぜ放て弾丸切る急所い刺激を別れだ沈んどけ示せ新世代生きるか死ぬかかけようぜチェックメイト気づけ叶わないって弱すぎだって話に立ってなりゃしねえ俺たちだけは特別だって残念だったな諦めな聞こえて
Ooh, the choir and the delicate piano going on in there. This quiet part sounds like it could be a really good place to impress on the vocal end. Ooh, the piano part is really beautiful in here. Am I missing something? Now this is getting a bit weird. I feel that I should be listening to Kouki Uchiyama, but I do not know if he is in here, and even if he is in here, I am not familiar with his singing style, so I cannot pick him up at all, unless he's sounding too close or similar to Nobunaga Shimazaki, which would be weird as hell. So if there is a fourth person in here, I am missing that person completely. As it is, this is Shinjidai. This is a song that is fast-paced. It has rock music at its core, but it's not necessarily rock music. It is actually a mix of electronica with pop rock, and it works fairly well. I believe that the elements from trap music come a little bit pushing the envelope too much for me. Sometimes the instrumental is a bit crowded, especially in the chorus. I feel that the very first chorus is a bit too much to take in, especially on the first listen. On the second one and on the third, I believe I will be able to actually set every element that I know apart and understand what is going on in there. So for the time being, with only one listen, the very first listen of this song, I can safely say that the song is fun. It is entertaining. The vocals are really good. I do not have any complaints in here. Only the fact that Lip Lip is a duo and I am missing someone in the mix that I have not picked up at all while listening to it. Either Kouki Uchiyama is a really good singer and he is sounding like someone in the lineup that I already know, or he is not in this performance and is actually Nobunaga Shimazaki doing everything, representing Lip Lip, but I'm not understanding these. Why I missed someone in the mix. Still, this goes to show that sometimes the first listen is not the definitive listen. It's the one that you get the most insights from, because you have a lot of very first impressions. but then you need to dive deeper to find the little details and some things that you actually missed. In this case, I feel like that I missed one person in the mix, and I have not picked that person up at all during the song, which is weird. But it happens. That's the beauty, and at the same time the risk that I take in here by reviewing songs for the very first time on camera and not having the possibility of diving yet again into the songs, researching about the group at the same time that I'm listening to a song, and getting to know more about their music and where that CD comes from, story-wise, if there is a story. So in this case I am deprived of many of the things that I used to actually create a good review. You are getting my impressions without any of those crunches that I use to make things sound cohesive in my writing when reviewing music. So in this case, I do understand why people are talking about Full Throttle 4. I said last year that I was going to review the CD, that they released FT4, but I haven't reviewed it yet because of work commitments that actually get in the way of my free time to review music. So I haven't had the time to review a lot of music from last year, most of the music from this year. So there's a lot in my backlog at the moment, and this is one of those CDs that is in my backlog. So I will eventually pick it up because, as I said, my two favorite singers among male seiyuu are in here. To only have the group sound even better, you would add, for me, Toshiki Toyonaga and Makoto Furukawa, and then you would have my favorite four singers among male seiyuu. But it is already good that you have two of my favorite ones, and especially my two top ones. The sound, I don't know if Full Throttle 4 have their sound like these in all of their songs. I believe they will have acoustic tunes and a ballad here and there. I believe so. You will know better than I do. Lip Lip is a pop or style of idol group, so I believe it's not really my thing in terms of sound. So that's a big reason why I haven't reviewed their music, and quite possibly won't review their music. I liked what I listened to, which is already positive. Even putting away the fact that I do enjoy Yuma and Soma Saito's vocals, and I have a special care for Nobunaga Shimazaki, I did find this song to be enjoyable. I would change a couple of things in the mixing of the chorus to make it a bit clearer and not as crowded as it is, but other than that, it is a really strong song. Fun one that will please both, I believe, both fans of rock music and pop music, because it stays in a really good balance between both music genres. So it fits really well with both and has a weird balance that works. This was my take on Shinjidai, a song by Full Throttle 4 and Lip Lip, and this was suggested by Grecia. Thank you very much for the suggestion, and thank you very much for watching this episode up until the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to check more reviews like these, there's a playlist linked in this video in which you can find every single review I've done so far in the Review Advent Calendar series, not just 2023, but all the years that I've done this feature, which is already over 50 videos for you to check and revisit. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys soon.